Hello, I wish to present to you Earl Best handwriting sample versus various Zodiac correspondence. Also wish to add that this is the document that Judy saw when she said to Gary she saw him write this out. And it was confused because there was like 20 or 30 years between, and she thought it was a different document which Gary presented, and people all got in a flurry. This is called a suspicious letter sent to the FBI. They claim it could be from the Zodiac. I will be presenting this as evidence. This is the Donna Lass card, signed Best Wishes from Best Wishes. This is just a close-up of this card. And this is finally the Ghost Killer letter, is another letter I will be presenting. If you yourself want to get this letter and compare it to the FBI Zodiac, there's a lot of similarities with the F's and all things, so that's something you can do yourselves. First presentation I wish to present to you is this. Him writing best. Here, this is the him here, and this is the Donna Lass best, but what I want to present is how the E is raised from the B. So when he writes an uppercase B, the E is risen, and the Donna Lass card has such a thing. This is just showing again what I was just saying as well. Over here I've overlaid the EST just to see the spaces. We've got how the T finishes is pretty similar. The height of the T is pretty good, and the spacing with the E and the S, and I just overlaid two different ways, and I believe it's pretty good. This is another very interesting and unique thing. Here he has written Francisco 3 times, so these are 3 different ones and not the same ones, and each time he spelled Francisco. In the cursive writing he broke up a word 3 different times. Ironically, with the Donna Lass card, with the word, if it's strange or whatever this word's supposed to be, he has put a gap in between here. There's even 2 ST or Grange, sorry. Same with Guardian, GU, spaced it, and the word Donna as well. I also here with the FBI Zodiac letter, he spells believe the same way. He puts a gap in between words. So what's the odds of 3 different authors with cursive writing, you know, making gaps in words? That's just unique. This is another piece of evidence, is the H's between him, Earl Best, and the FBI card. The first thing I wish to present to you is Earl Best writes Chandler, but what got me intrigued is how high his H's go. This is the same, I've just repeated it, but here he's got uppercase C, and even the F, like this, even an uppercase W, but his H's go way above. And this is sort of continued here. We've got a lowercase t, and he ups the H's. And this is capital I, again, ups the H's. And I just thought this was another good similarity that, again, you can check yourself. So, Earl Best, again, with his uppercase, look at this, he's got D's all under there, but this H goes to the skies. This is another FBI letter. I have not included it in my sample, but here we got the word Boston being written, and how Earl Best wrote his, when he was getting his fingerprint, there's just the B, but like the curved, you know, and I overlaid him here. What I did here was just moved them to the side, left, right, just a bit down, just so you could see, and like some was bang on like that, and it's up to you, but it's very peculiar, like a, you know, how it's curved to the right. This is again Donna Lass writing Judith, and just overlaying D in the Donna Lass card and the H. And what got me with this H, this is Earl Best H, Donna Lass H, but it was the pressure point when he does the loop. Even though it was a sharp downward, but up the top here where he loops, he goes hard on the pen, which was evidently seen. This is another form of writing that he does, these sharp angles. If you see here, Donna Lass Card, there's sort of sharp turns in his writing, and here he has done the same. Yeah, so that's, you know, these sharp little angles in his writing. Another one, once again, this is his fingerprint signature, and plus off the card that he does these Fs. So this is the FBI Hoover card that he does these Fs, and it's like a 4, like he married this girl who was 14. And so we have these, and this is Caliph. He's sort of done something similar here, and also here with the S for best. Again, just doing like this is the word Judith, and that's the word guardian, and I'm just highlighting. And then we've got Chandler as well, and this is pretty Zodiac-y. If you go and have a look at some Zodiac Ds, a big oval shape. But yeah, just how they are, you know, if you can see that Judith, it's like a triangle, and then it shoots up. This is what I was talking about. These are just two different Ds. I just cut them and pasted, so it's not, because if you know what I mean. But yeah, so this is Zodiac Ds. As you can see, look how it's like going straight down. Look at that. And this is just comparing Zodiac Ds to Earl Best Ds. So it's up to you. Again, just doing a few more. H's, just doing an angle thing. This is the Donna Lass Card, the S versus the FBI Zodiac suspicious letter S. And also he does a capital R, we'll get to that later. And that's another time he wrote with the FBI letter. This is another compelling thing. I was just looking at this and I was trying to make it better. This is the word killer, you know, it looks like a H, and this is part of the Judith, which Earl wrote on his card. And I was trying to overlay this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but they're very similar. How the I, like when you overlay them, you will not even know they're two different words. You could overlay this and think it's killer, that the angles just come down so perfectly, even though that's the T here and that's the L. But if you look, the construction is so crazy, and then it just shoots up once again. And I'll try to overlay it. And it was hard to do, so I'll apologise in advance. This is just another one I tried to overlay once again. I raised it up just to, so you can see the two side by side, how the angles go down. Just another one from a different FBI Zodiac letter, how he wants to convert letters into V's. Again, he quotes a Badland movie, and the movie is about a 25-year-old man going out with a 15-year-old, and they go murdering, and he at 27 married Judy at the age of 14. He quotes this movie, and also he writes the 1959 and sticks it like turns it into an E for Earl. They try and hint at that. I've heard a person say, oh, you know, he accidentally made a, you know, writing error. He meant to write a E and then he got confused. That's just ridiculous. I've never seen anybody in my life, but because it's Earl and they just do anything, oh no, it just can't be him, just come up with really stupid responses. So yeah, just interesting here. This is the Melvin card, the Christmas card to the lawyer Melvin from the Zodiac. Ironically, at the back of the card he put Happy New Year. The W here even looks like an N and a V, van, but he separates the Y and the EAR. And if you look, there's a peculiar thing. L's are constructed with right angles. In my opinion, this is actual an L inside this A. And then you can spell out Earl. And even this obviously could be a J, like Junior. Earl Junior, just being smart. Another thing I wish to present is E, one letter. I believe these are little E's. They're not dots, they're actually little E's on one of his writings. And you can sort of see, but the next one is this a little E down here, and how he capitalized Zodiac, ask, whatever that is, Vallejo, that V-A-N. And if you can see down here, this is where in the 340 cipher, it's like a tilt. He tilts it. So N is a tilted Z and Z is a tilted N. So here we go. This is another thing. I want to present some letters that they were not sure that these are Zodiac letters. I'm going to conclude they definitely are, and they could have more letters to test DNA on. Number one here, we have got the little crosshead circle thing. As we can see, I just zoomed it in a bit. And we've got the word kid written up the top. Why would a forger who wants to pretend he's the Zodiac write kid? If anything, that would discredit the authenticity of, you know, if you want to make it real, you're going to fake it more hardcore. Ironically, in the 408 and the Zodiac 340 cipher, we have these boys. If you watch my videos, I have solved the 340. And just highlighting here, and just a quick brief, that he turns this into a wild letter, so it's the B, and it's for the 14, because he married the 14-year-old girl, she got pregnant, had the baby, he had to abandon it, and he's telling the story, and this is why we're seeing these patterns. Baby boy named Gary Stewart. And this is another part in the Zodiac 340 of these boys, if you look at them, and using again the wild, but they're perfectly spaced. The 2 and the 3, 2 and the 3. This one's a 3 and a 4. That's the 1 and the 1. And it's supposed to mean this. This is another letter that now we can say this is definitely a Zodiac correspondence, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good kids go to heaven. And plus he's got the reverse. Zodiac likes doing things like this. And I have found this myself in the cipher, and I believe it's a direct correspondence of what this was supposed to mean. We've got the 1 and the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and those longer ones even could be the 6, 7. You know, so just showing what I was just talking. This is the word Earl in the Zodiac 340 and the word best that goes with it, using 408 cipher keys. And the W, which is the E, looks different to every other W in the Zodiac 340. The one that, I think it's this one here, that is Van. You can tell looks like the Melvin letter. You got the V, you got an N. He's hybrid letters. This is another compelling thing. Don't laugh at this. This is to do with the D.B. Cooper hijacking. But ironically, he did get married in Reno, and that could be taken for E. Van. If you see here, why write this? And I honestly do not believe that Earl Best is D.B. Cooper. It is highly unlikely, but I will not fully rule it out. But I'll say 2% chance that it is Earl Best. But I want to present this to you. This is the two composites between D.B. Cooper and Earl Best. But what I like the best here is this part in the hair should I say, sorry. Like, that's just pretty, you know. I think it's a good likeness, but I'm not saying it's him. But another similarity is, again, we know that Dan Cooper actually was a fictitious guy of a comic jumping out of an aeroplane. Just like Zodiac, he got his by gun. This is the death wheel by fire by rope from a comic. He also got Red Mask from a comic, Best of the West. So, although I still do not believe Earl Best is D.B. Cooper, but you've got to wonder that we've got the Zodiac and D.B. Cooper getting names from a comic. You look at the composite, as I said, you can judge for yourself. And number 2 is the envelope. that does look like Evan is written on it. Again, if he's crazy enough, who knows. Back to the FBI Zodiac letter. Here we go. We've got the JR. Like, there's supposed to be I's. He's got capital R's all through it. And is he trying to hybrid the letter I to look like a J for Junior to give a clue to his identity? Again, that's up to you to decide. This is another peculiar thing. And combining this is going towards now to the Ghost Killer letter. Again, people do not think that this is the true Zodiac letter. He talks about writing in the other hand, the different type of pen or pencil he's now writing with. This is a different letter altogether, but it is about the same topic of killing children in Atlantis. And this one says, stop force busing, I will kill 3 more. But even here the Wilmore, if you look at the Cherry Joe Bates letters, he has Wilmore above each other. Earl Best, when he grew up, he lived in Wilmore. I'm not an American, so I don't understand. Wilmore, Kentucky. So that's just, and as I was explaining about the kid. And the Zodiac talked about buses. The story with Judy, that she hopped off the bus. If you look, there is an article in the archives, and I should have presented it as here, but you can do a Google search. Zodiac, under Chronicle newspaper, Zodiac, Google search it. And it's about a lady who hopped off a bus, and a guy stabbed her. No, he tried to run her down, and then he says, come in the car, and then she wouldn't. Then he gets out, starts stabbing her, and she starts screaming, and the guy takes off. And so we got the school bus with the kids jumping off that Zodiac wants to kill. We do have another attack of a lady hopping off a bus. We've got this guy here writing about buses. He wants to kill people to do with buses. And the story of Earl, he was sitting in the, whatever it was, the milk bar, looking for Judy to come off the bus, as he was a bit of a stalker. So again, we've got these similarities, but all point at Earl Best. And one last thing, this is just the Ghost Killer letter. I was just doing, these are Ghost Killer Fs versus the Fs on the other one. This is another Earl. I chopped his Y a bit, but if you slide them up, they're pretty uncanny as well. The loop is different. And again, just highlighting, look at this. This is the Ghost Killer that, or this, and again, I think you even got the high H's here. But what I want to get to, this is to do with, killing the 3 black kids, that his name, his son's name got adopted out to the Stewart family. This kid was abducted from the Stewart Mall. Ironically, they were founded, he found him, should I say, on Van Diver Road, which his name is, he went by the name of Van Best. So it's just very weird that we got these 2 unique names popping up at another crime scene. And this one also, when he abducted, and the Ghost Killer letter as well, I think it could be on the as it says here, that he made a phone call. And in the getting confused with all these killings, it gets confusing. But we have got Cherry Joe Bates in the confession letter. It states, I made that phone call to use. Then we got the Zodiac on 2 of his little murderous things. He got out and he made a phone call. And again, we have a phone call, a pattern, and plus letter writing. And I can imagine with Ghost Killer that he just wanted to change his name, reinvent himself. Oh, I'm sick of Zodiac, I'm going to call myself the Ghost Killer. That's the end. Thank you for listening, and I hope it helped you out.